May is recognized as National Sexual Assault Awareness Month in Canada. This is an extremely important time to reflect on sexual violence in Canada and how we can work towards improving the situation and helping those who have been subjected to violence. I'm Natalie Gerry. I'm a lawyer. I'm the principal lawyer and founder of Gerry Law. I help injured people get the compensation that they deserve for their injuries. And today I'm talking about this Sexual Assault Awareness Month in Canada, and I'm suggesting something that we could all move towards in terms of preventing and stopping this violence. Sexual violence is a highly gendered issue. Women, girls, and gender diverse people are far more likely to be sexually assaulted than men. Self-reported data from 2018 indicates that 33% of women have been sexually assaulted at some point since the age of 15, which was more than 3 times as high as the rate of men who report experiencing this type of violence. Some women are more vulnerable to violence than others, including Indigenous women and women with disabilities. The perpetrators of this violence are often people who are known to the women, can be a family member, it can be a neighbor, an acquaintance, or an intimate partner. Sexual violence occurring in an intimate partner relationship is extremely common, unfortunately. This violence may look different from relationship to relationship, but overall it is about the use of violence against a person in a relationship to make them do something they don't want to do or something they don't consent to. According to Statistics Canada, between 2009 and 2022, 18% of solved homicide victims were killed by an intimate partner. 46% of those who solved homicides were women and girls who were killed by their intimate partner. So this is compared to just 6% of the solved homicides, which were men and boys killed by an intimate partner. It's hard to paint an accurate picture of the prevalence of intimate partner sexual violence in Canada because, like many other forms of this violence in between partners, it is underreported. According to Statistics Canada, the rate of police-reported sexual assault in intimate partner relationships increased by 22% from 2020 to 2021. Self-reported data from 2014 indicates that rates of sexual violence have been consistent since 2004, unlike other crimes in Canada that have been decreasing. Intimate partner sexual violence can have a significant and long-term consequence on the person that it's perpetrated against. It can affect the physical, mental, emotional well-being of that person. It can impact their financial well-being, and they can even experience homelessness in trying to escape this violence. There are many reasons why sexual violence is underreported, and this includes the fear of not being believed and the mistrust of police or other legal system stakeholders. When talking about intimate partner sexual violence, there's still a lack of understanding sometimes about what that really looks like and if a person has even experienced it. Studies show, though, that to deter behavior of would-be criminals, the way that it should be done is by having certainty of being caught. Certainty of being caught is vastly more powerful, these studies show, in deterring the behavior than is the severity of the punishment. So research shows clearly if criminals think that there's only a slim chance that they'll be caught, the severity of the punishment does not mean that much. So what this means is that if a person committing a crime thinks that there's a very high chance that they will be caught and it will be reported, they are less likely, so they're deterred from committing this crime. In learning a lesson from this, we can look at the fact that if this crime was reported more frequently, and if it was reported through the means of a lawsuit and a civil lawsuit where the plaintiff, so the survivor, is in charge of bringing that claim and reporting that perpetrator, if we could increase the amount of times that the survivor was doing this, then there would be a better deterrent effect, given that in the criminal context, the rate of reporting a sexual assault is very, very low. But if in the civil context, more survivors were bringing forward an action and reporting it, it could act as a deterrent to actually committing these crimes. And that would be the overall goal, is to decrease this type of crime and to stop it from happening. And the way that science shows this has to happen is through more certainty that something will happen to the perpetrator. We need to create more certainty around the fact that if a perpetrator commits a sexual assault, they are likely to be reported. And a civil sexual assault action can be a good way of bringing forward this complaint and of having it heard in court. The circumstances when this will be appropriate are very specific though, and there are things that have to be present. I do have another video about that will be linked to this video, so please check that one out.